The beast in the bamboo for 100 years, the people of Yongning Prefecture feared the creature in the cursed bamboo sea, Zhúlín, Zhúlín, Baiying, Baiying, white shadow. It moved like mist, its crimson eyes glowing in the dark. No blade could pierce it, no fire could burn it. Those who entered the forest never returned. Then came the bodies, merchants torn apart, soldiers vanished, an imperial envoy lost without a trace. The emperor's court took notice, but Lord Cao Zhong, governor of Yongning, acted first. He summoned Wei Jian, imperial huntsman known for slaying the impossible. "Slay the beast," Lord Cao commanded. "Bring me its head." Wei Jian knelt, silent. There was something in his lord's eyes, a flicker of fear. But a hunter does not question. At dawn, he rode into the bamboo sea, and in the shadows, Baiying opened its eyes. It had been waiting. The hunter's curse. Wei Jian kneels, his sword laid bare before Lord Cao. The grand hall looms, torches sputtering, casting jagged shadows. "Slay the beast," the governor commands, his voice cold, absolute. The silence is heavy, thick with unspoken truths. The flickering light sharpens the steel's glint, the weight of duty pressing against Wei Jian's chest. Yet beneath the order, something lingers, a question, a trap. Is this a hunt, or an execution in disguise? The fire crackles, the air tightens. Fate waits, silent, unseen. Cold and clawing fog coils around Wei Jian's armor, seeping into the seams like ghostly fingers. As he steps into the cursed bamboo sea, the air shifts, thick with something ancient, watching. The towering stalks groan, their carved sigils flickering with an eerie glow as if breathing, then a whisper, soft, broken, not his own. A gust stirs the hollow silence, carrying voices from unseen mouths. Shadows move where none should. His grip tightens on the hilt of his sword. He is no longer alone. By the blackened lake, a shadow stirs. Wei Jian halts, every breath caught in the icy grip of stillness. Then, two crimson eyes ignite the void, burning like embers in the abyss. Baiying steps forward, its silver fur shifting like mist, its elongated limbs stretching beyond the bounds of the natural. It is not a beast, not a man, but something else. It does not lunge, it does not snarl, it only watches. And in that silence, Wei Jian feels it, a presence that does not threaten but consumes. Wei Jian's mind is not his own. A force seizes him, rooting him to the earth as shadows of memory crash over him. A woman in midnight robes, her voice a hymn of the damned, chanting beneath a cold, pitiless moon. Beside her, Lord Cao, silent, watching. And then, a child's wail, raw and endless, splitting through time like a fracture in fate. His master's sin, his praise truth. The past is no longer distant. It lives, breathing through him, refusing to let go. Wei Jian strikes, his jian a silver blur aimed for Baiying's throat. But the blade finds nothing, no flesh, no resistance, only smoke. The beast is there, yet not. Real, yet untouchable. Its crimson eyes flicker, unreadable, as if amused. Then, a voice, low and hollow, whispering through his very bones. You cannot kill what he abandoned. The words coil around him like a curse. And for the first time, Wei Jian wonders, was this ever a battle he could win? Wei Jian stands at the precipice of fate, his sword gleaming, his grip unsteady. The path splits before him, each step a betrayal, each choice a wound. Return to his master, shrouded in lies. Speak the truth and welcome death. Or forsake it all, vanishing into the cursed woods, standing beside the creature condemned to die. The wind howls through the trees, a ghostly whisper, a final plea. The night watches, waiting. He cannot stand still forever. Wei Jian kneels, his head bowed, his voice a whisper of steel. The beast is dead. Silence stretches, thick as mist before dawn. Torches sputter in the draught, their flames swaying like restless spirits. Lord Cao exhales, slow, deliberate, the weight of uncertainty lifting from his shoulders. His features soften, but his eyes, they do not search. They do not doubt. He already knows. The lie drifts between them, unseen, yet suffocating. A quiet betrayal, bound not by words, but by the silence that dares not break. Far beyond the palace, Beneath the cold gaze of the moon, Baiying lingers, watching, waiting. A shadow caught between worlds, neither man nor ghost. The weight of centuries clings to its form, yet the chains of fate loosen tonight. For the first time in an age it is free, but the night is fleeting and freedom is never without a price. She emerges from the shadows, a spectre draped in flowing silk, her form shifting like mist in the lantern's dim glow. Wei Jian stands frozen as the air turns cold, heavy with something unspoken. Her eyes burn, not with anger but sorrow, a grief that lingers beyond death. "You protected my son," she whispers, her voice barely more than a sigh upon the wind. A pause, a question woven with warning. "Now, will you protect yourself?" A thunderclap rips through the heavens, splitting the night in two. Once warding the ancient forest, the talismans catch fire, embers spiraling into the dark like dying stars. Deep within, something stirs. Long silenced, a restless chorus of voices, now rising in a whispered crescendo. Baiying lifts his head to the storm, his howl tearing through the night. No longer just a shadow, no longer bound, something more, something monstrous. And the hunt begins. Midnight drapes the palace in silence. A shadow moves unseen, gliding through gilded halls where power sleeps, where a single breath too loud could mean death. The masked assassin advances, his fingers tightening around cold steel. His orders are clear: eliminate Wei Jian, but as he lifts his dagger, the air shifts. A presence, a whisper of movement, and then steel meets steel. Wei Jian is already waiting.
Stop.
Moonlight filters through the towering bamboo, casting silver ghosts upon the earth. At the heart of the forest, before an ancient shrine, Wei Jian kneels silently, unyielding. The air hums with unseen eyes, whispering of the past. Baiying stands beside him, his presence shifting between shadow and flesh. "You spared me," the beast murmurs, his voice like wind through hollow bones. "Now we are bound." A blade glints, flesh parts. Blood spills onto the earth, dark as fate itself. The pact is sealed, and the world will never be the same. The scroll arrives at dawn, its crimson seal gleaming like a drop of blood against the parchment. The Emperor's decree, unyielding, absolute. He demands the truth of the beast, the truth Wei Jian has buried beneath silence and shadow. Fingers tighten around the message, knuckles paling. His hands tremble, though not from fear. The weight of deception has grown heavy, and now the walls are closing in. Lies can no longer protect him. The reckoning has begun. The night is breathless, the lake a mirror of silver and shadow. Wei Jian stands upon the wooden bridge, his sword glinting beneath the moon's cold gaze. Across from him, the Emperor's champion, an executioner draped in silk and steel, eyes sharp as the blade he wields. No words, no mercy, only the stillness before the storm. A single ripple shatters the lake's surface. Then, motion. They strike. Steel flashes like lightning. Echoes of clashing swords ring across the water. And beneath the moon's watchful eye, fate is carved in blood. Wei Jian strides into the chamber, his blade unsheathed, the weight of betrayal burning in his veins. The air is thick with the scent of incense, with the quiet hum of power long unchallenged. Lord Cao does not rise. He does not flinch. He merely sips his tea, unbothered, untouched. "You should have stayed silent," he murmurs, setting the cup down with measured grace. "Now, you leave me no choice." The doors slam shut, shadows move, steel glints in the dim candlelight. Wei Jian tightens his grip. The truth will be buried in blood. The palace gates shatter like brittle bone, splinters flying into the howling night. A silver shadow glides through the corridors, silent, merciless, unstoppable. Torches flicker. Soldiers rush forward, blades drawn, futile. Their screams rise, then vanish, swallowed by the darkness that moves with him. Baiying has come for his father. Lord Cao stumbles back, eyes wide, lips parting in a prayer that will go unanswered. Clawed hands seize him, dragging him into the abyss, where no crown, power or lie can save him, and in the halls of the damned vengeance is complete. The fire crackles, casting fleeting shapes upon the walls, as the old storyteller leans forward, his voice barely more than a breath. They say a white beast roams the bamboo sea. He murmurs, eyes glinting with the weight of old secrets. A phantom, a guardian, watching over those who lose their way. The children inch closer, the wind outside whispering through the trees. Some say it was once a man. The old one continues, his fingers tracing unseen patterns in the air. A pause, a knowing smile, or was it something more, something? Lanterns drift like fallen stars, their glow painting the night in hues of longing. Beneath the swaying branches, Wei Jian and Madame Yao stand, caught between duty and desire, between the past and what can never be. Her hand rests against his chest, fingers trembling, eyes heavy with sorrow. "I was never meant to love you," she whispers, the words a quiet ache upon the wind. He catches her hand, holding it as if to defy fate itself. "But you did." The great hall is deathly still. Wei Jian kneels before the emperor, his head bowed, his fate sealed. The weight of truth rests heavy on his shoulders, cold, unforgiving. The executioner steps forward, sword gleaming beneath the torchlight. A single breath, a single stroke, and all will be over. From the shadows, unseen yet all-seeing, Baiying watches. Its claws tighten, the air around it trembling. Will it strike? Will it defy destiny? Or will it let the blade fall? Cold winds howl through the mountains as Wei Jian runs, no longer a man of the empire, but a fugitive, a ghost. Shadows move behind him, swift and silent. The emperor's finest assassins, relentless in their pursuit. But Wei Jian is no longer the prey. The first assassin strikes, his blade a whisper of death, but the steel finds nothing. Wei Jian does not dodge. He vanishes, his form dissolving into mist, into something beyond flesh, beyond fear. And in the silence that follows, the hunters realize their mistake.